Welcome to CSL TV, and I just hope you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day. Now, if you're new to the channel, this is just a review, a reaction, as well as an informational channel. Hopefully the informational part help you and someone out. And we pretty much just watch videos and things that goes on in the world and talk about them. And I just got to thank the people that's been rocking with your boy, because you could be somewhere else trying to find these videos, but yet you rocking it out with CSL TV. And I just got to say I appreciate that so much. And as you guys can see, if you haven't already read already, a 14-year-old boy was arrested in Detroit after it was a raid that found illegal 3D printing gun operation. Now, the authority seized a 3D printer, 12 handgun loaders, 5 rifle loaders, a 3D printer Glock switch from the home where the operation was based. And my thing is, goddamn, you 14 years old with this type of stuff, you 14-year-old with this type of knowledge on what to do with it, and etc., whether somebody was teaching you, they should have taught you the right things, but goddamn, you here now. So, I don't know the punishment or how they gonna charge this teenager, but let's just hope that this time, if he do decide, if they do decide not to charge him with so much, he don't do the same thing twice. But as always, I hope you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day, and you know what we about to do, so let's get it.
He's dying! You killing him!
This story out of Tampa is shocking. This is 39-year-old Benny Leverett, a teacher at Progress Village Middle School. Earlier this year, he can apparently be seen putting a student in a chokehold, restricting the kid's ability to breathe. He held the student for nearly 4 minutes, even pulling him to the ground while still maintaining his grip. But that's not where this story ends. After the incident, Leverett allegedly made students delete any and all video recordings of the incident before leaving his classroom. That's where the school's vice principal comes into the picture. She learned about the incident and met with both Leverett and the student, but she never reported it to the police or the child abuse hotline, something she's legally required to do. Instead, she allegedly ordered a student who had recorded the incident to delete their footage. Police were eventually able to recover the video, and it painted a disturbing picture of what happened in that classroom. The teacher was arrested back in March and is facing child abuse charges. The vice principal was arrested just this week, facing charges for failing to report child abuse. Data shows 1 in 4 children will experience some form of child abuse or neglect in their lifetime, and many cases go unreported because of the power dynamics involved, like what was attempted here.
Man, that was so dang crazy seeing a grown-ass man, a teacher, mess with that little boy. You know what I'm saying? The way he had him in the chokehold, and we all seen police officer put people in the chokehold, and they not here today. We also know that the less air and oxygen you have, that's the less air and oxygen that's going to your brain. And when you get less oxygen, air, all that shit going to your brain, that's when other organs in your body start to, not function properly. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen to this teacher and this low-life principal, because, yeah, he might have said, go ahead and delete all, whatever. But the principal should have stepped in and did her motherfucking job when this grown-ass man was putting his hands on these kids. I wish I was a motherfucking teacher and I heard that he did some shit like this. I'm about to confront him. Hey, bro, come put your hands on a man. Not that little boy or teenager. Come put your hands on a man like that. You know what I'm saying? You up here got him in a headlock for that long, and etc., And I hope justice is served big on this one, because this right here is not teaching the kids to do the right thing. This is teaching the kids to lie and manipulate and all this other shit that we are not trying to see in this world, in this country, wherever you at. Don't nobody want to deal with that.
It all started when 2 teens were scouting a location to take homecoming pictures, but they got way more than they bargained for. The 2 boys, aged 15 and 17, drove to a gated community in Conifer, Colorado, and approached a house to ask the property owner for permission to take photos, but when no one was seemingly home, they decided to leave a note for the owner. Only someone was home, and she called her boyfriend about the trespassing. The 2 boys walked off the property and got back into their car, and that's when everything took a turn. 38-year-old Brent Metz showed up, got out of his truck, and allegedly fired a single shot right through the windshield of their car. There was no conversation.
These kids were no longer on the property. They were in their car writing a note on a public roadway. So any threat that I may have thought he still had to deal with was no longer on his property.
The 17-year-old was hit in the face. In a panic, Metz allegedly said, "Oh shit, my gun went off." He reportedly even tried to help, but the 15-year-old pushed him away, demanding to know why he shot his friend. When police arrived, the 17-year-old was rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. Metz, a member of the town council, was arrested for first-degree assault and other charges. The teens weren't identified, and police say that while they were technically trespassing, their intentions were clearly innocent, just wanting to take photos for some high school dance. They likely won't be charged. It's clear, though, this incident didn't have to happen. It's just more evidence that the US is overrun with guns. There are literally more guns than people in this country, thanks to billion-dollar gun companies who have lined their own pockets by flooding the streets with guns. Metz will face a judge next week, and the teen shot in the face is still recovering.
Man, that is so crazy to hear that this guy then shot a teenager over something so petty. All because he just wanted to represent what he wanted to represent and show off what he wanted to show off. Harmless fun, that's all that was. And for him, that would have meant so much if he could have just captured those photos the way he imagined he would have loved to capture those photos. And all he was doing was writing a note, being polite that, hey, he admired what you have there, sir. He just wanted to be a part of it. And you filled with rage because of the mental patient you is, along with who called you, and probably carried on the way they did to make it seem like it was more than what it was. So with you, with your negative ways and rage, came the way you did. And you knew you pulled that trigger on purpose because you wanted to let a motherfucker know you wasn't playing around. But once everything sank in, you was like, damn, he wasn't even on my property. And then I'm pretty sure you looked at that note and you felt like a jackass because they were not on anything stupid. There was actually two teens. It seems like they was just trying to do something nice, and they was trying to be polite and respectful of your property. So that's why they left the note. And you filled with so much rage just did what you did to this young man, and we just hope that he makes a full recovery, because this is a sad moment to hear that a grown-ass man attacked some teens for no reason. I'm pretty sure it all sunk in once everything started calculating in your brain, and the person who called you probably manipulated the whole situation and made you come over there the way you did.